Hello, you're welcome to another episode of Real Estate Business with Debo Adejana. I'm a real estate entrepreneur and the MD CEO of Realty Point Limited. They call us the Sack Your Landlord people. Today, I want to talk about how you can sack your landlord. How you can sack your landlord. Promises to be a very interesting episode. I can tell you that. That is how do you own your own piece of property. I'll be right back. You're welcome back. So, how do you own your own piece of property? Have you known that it's important to own your own piece of property and all of that? If you've been following us, you know that. How do you get to sack your landlord? I tell you, the number one thing will shock you. For a lot of people, they think money comes first. So they say, hey, until I have a lot of money. No, it's not about money first. The number one thing that you need first to sack your landlord, to own your first house, is desire. A burning desire. A fanned flame, fiery desire. And I'm not missing words when I say desire, because we have, as an organization, for over 14 years, interviewed people, especially the young folks who have become landlords. I've read of people who built their first house at the age of 18, 19. Yes. And I've seen people who built their first house just before they got married. I've seen young couples who built their first house before they were 30, they were 35, and under 40. I've seen a lot of that. And we've interviewed a lot of these people, asking them, what do you think is the number one reason why you are now a landlord? Without missing words, none of them, not even a tiny fraction of them, said they came into one huge sums of money, or somebody dashed their money and that. No, they all said it started with a desire to own their own property. It all started from a desire. I'll take the case of Peter Aino, a graduate married with a child who left Ilorin, Kwara State, to come to Lagos. And after a while, got a job as a civil servant. And under 2 years of getting the job as a civil servant, Peter Aino, real life, real name, became a landlord in Lagos. The same, if you're thinking that it was a fluke, Peter Aino was transferred to the city of Abuja, FCT, and under another 2 years or thereabout, he became a landlord in the Kubwa area of Abuja. Again, just repeating the same thing, first desire. I remember sharing with me his story. He said one of the things he told himself when it was, himself and his wife, when they were living in Lorry, is that, hey, the Lagos you are going to, they usually say in the local palace that Owe Eko, Ekolongbe, meaning the money that you make in Lagos stays in Lagos, never leaves Lagos, as it were. As in you spend a lot of money in Lagos, as it were. As much as you make. That's what that is trying to say. But he said, he told himself that, hey, even if I'm going to be spending a lot of money in Lagos from the money I make in Lagos, I want to be able to feel and touch my money. And therefore, property acquisition will be my number one priority going into this Lagos. And he achieved it with civil salaries, salary, a wife that was teaching, and you know how teachers are paid, and a child. He was able to achieve it in the Songwater area of bordering Lagos and Ogun State at the time. So desire is very, very, very key. It is desire that then starts to open you up to how this can be possible. So you start getting the knowledge that you require, which is the number two most important thing you need to go after if you must sack your landlord. Once you have the relevant desire, you are desirous enough to be a landlord. The next thing is you must go after knowledge. How can this thing be That must be your question. So you must have those questions answered. How do they acquire properties? What is it about land acquisition? What are the things going on with land? How do they build? And all of that. You must start to make inquiries. And once you have made a reasonable level of inquiry, then you must push yourself to action. That's it. You must push yourself to action. Action. In getting inquiry, some of the things that you will come across or knowledge that I will share now that will liberate you totally is what I've said for over these 14 years. Number one, your first house need not be your last house. You must realize that a lot of people are in this dilemma that they cannot afford what they want what they cannot afford. What they want, they cannot afford. What they can afford, they don't want. That is the dilemma they are in. So because they stay as a tenant in, say, Surulere, for example, they also want to own a property in Surulere as a landlord. And their income level may not be able to deliver that to them. So they say, no, until I am able to, I will not go into buying properties. And a lot of them end up dying, okay? Not achieving that ambition, okay? Not fulfilling that goal, not seeking that item on their bucket list, you know? So I encourage you that you need to realize that your first house need not be your last house. Your first house need not be your last house. So, meaning that you can build however small. Do that as your first. Make it will be a budget, your first house. If you are dreaming about it, if you are achieving it at the right age, would actually be a budget house. It won't be a bogus palace. No. It will be a budget house. Because from there you can move on to other things. Imagine if you built your first house under the age of 30, 35. You are definitely, most likely, research has shown it, to have more properties in your older years. But if you struggle all through life, and it is only towards your retirement, which is the story of a lot of people, that you are able to acquire your first property, that probably will be your last. That is if you were lucky enough to even complete that in your lifetime. I mean, if you even acquired at all, you'll have been one of the lucky few. With a 25% ownership rate in the country, you know that landlords are few. Okay? Now, so your first house need to be your last, and then you need not stay in your first house. That's another knowledge that would set you free. You need not stay in your first house. The implication of that is that if it is Songo Ocha, you can afford. If it is Kubwa in Abuja, you can afford. If it is the outskirts of town where you are that you can afford, at that time, I say, hey, enlist yourself among landlords. Get that piece of property there. You don't have to stay there. If, for example, distance to work and all of that will be complex for you. No, your quality of life should not suffer because you will become a landlord. That's a topic for another day. Because a lot of people just think that because it's my house, I have to live there. I have to move there. So they suffer themselves. They move to Ibafor, they move to Mowe, they move to Shagamu, and they from there journey to VI every morning to make work. And a lot of people start suffering health-wise, social standard of their life drops. They are not enjoying life because they are landlords. No, they start having all manner of diseases, high blood pressure and all of that. No, you don't have to give yourself that headache. Build that property, rent it out as much as property appreciates. Rent it out. The best thing you've done for yourself is that you have property in your portfolio. If push comes to shove, and let's assume that you are thrown out of your rented apartment, all of a sudden, things go bad, okay? You have a place to resort to. And that way, you can start planning your life from then on. You stand a better chance to make it again in life once you've given yourself that opportunity. So, your first house will not be your last house. I mean, you need not stay there. And please make sure that you do budget. Cut your coat according to your size. These are some of the things that you come across during knowledge seeking session, and other opportunities to save costs, to invest properly, and also to probably even make channels of making more money, okay, whilst you are building. I remember Peter started apart from being a civil servant, once he closes, he joined one of these marketing companies and started marketing a product. So once he closes by 4, he does that one till about 7 or so before he closes for the day and then goes home. And in no time, he was able to make a lot of money from that effort that largely contributed to his being able to build that his first house. So I encourage you that these are ways by which you can sack your landlord. First, desire. Second is seek after knowledge. Register for seminars. Go for seminars. Listen to professionals. Let them speak. Then third is massive action. You need to push yourself to start taking action. Okay? If you've done your due diligence, push yourself and then start taking action. And you will see that your desire will start moving you in the right direction towards achieving results. I'll be right back. Welcome back. It's been a lovely session. I'm sure it's been a lovely episode. If you enjoyed it, please, I would encourage you to subscribe. If you've not subscribed to this, please subscribe. Hit the subscription button. Subscribe so that you can always get our videos, and hit the notification button also. What that does for you is that whenever we drop our videos, you will be the first to know, and you can watch it. We drop our videos on Tuesdays and on Thursdays of every week before 7 p.m. daily, and all manner of videos. Interview people, share knowledge. Share massive knowledge that can cost you a lot in the real world, but you are getting for free here. Okay, so I encourage you, make comments, please. How have you found today's episode? For example, make comments. If you have something to contribute, you have a test, let's say an example to share, something that you agree with, something you disagree with, let us know. Let us know your fantastic ideas. Interact with us on the comment button. We will be there to engage with you. And please follow me on my social media handle: Instagram, Debo Adejana; Twitter, Debo Adejana; Facebook, Debo Adejana. And look out for our special Facebook group for real estate entrepreneurs. That is where we interact, okay, and mingle. And people get massive benefit from being a member of that, because problems that you have can just easily be solved because somebody else has gone through that experience before. It's called Real Estate Circle. Real Estate Circle on Facebook. That is our Facebook group page. Join that group, okay? And let's have you as one of the real estate entrepreneurs that are shaking the foundation of Nigeria and the world, making money for themselves, financially free people, or working towards their financial freedom, doing all of these things. I would really like to engage with you on all of these platforms and continue, to interact with you as we journey together. I do something regularly. As a real estate entrepreneur, I host a program regularly to teach real estate entrepreneurial skills, okay? And I would encourage you to subscribe to our next episode. Go to realestateentrepreneurs.com, realestateentrepreneurs.com, and subscribe for the next episode. It comes at a very giveaway price ordinarily, and that benefit, that qualifies you for a lot of other benefits that cost far much more than what you are paying. Just a token, and you'll be at our next seminar. It's usually, we have limited space, and it usually fills up in time. So go to that site and subscribe for the next episode. Till I come your way again in our next episode, I remain yours sincerely, Debo Adejana, in the business of helping you sack your landlord. Thank you.